because Susie was like, oh yeah, we should be all right for our Sunday long run tomorrow, but I don't know about our Monday session. And I was like, oh, why not? And she was like, the tornado. And I was like, what? Tornado? And everyone was like, yeah, there's a tornado coming. And I was like, what? Oh. Hello everybody, I hope you're all going well. I'm not going well because my asthma is just really bad at the moment and I can't breathe and I keep coughing, but that's okay. I need like some water. It happens like after I run. So I had a training session this morning and now like my asthma is really bad and I can't breathe and I keep coughing. And anyway, okay, so today's video is about a question that I have been asked by quite a few people now, and it's a really important one, so I thought I would address it in a video because people have messaged me on Instagram about it and also commented on YouTube videos, and it's just really hard to kind of write down in a message because I would literally have to write an essay to explain it all. So I'm just going to kind of talk about it in this video. So yeah, before I get started on this chat, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of, I've been meaning to do this for ages, but I just want to shout out like a couple of my favorite subscribers. Not like that I have favorites, but just like the people who comment on like all of my videos, and they just always write such lovely comments. So here are a couple of my favorites. I'm just going to put your names on the screen, so thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you, and if I didn't put you on the screen and you are like a very frequent commenter and a very loyal subscriber, then sorry. Comment down below and I'll put you in the next video. But yeah, I just want to say thank you because I really appreciate it. It literally like makes my day when you guys comment nice things on my video. So yeah. Okay, so let's get on to the topic of the video, and also at the end of once I've finished explaining everything once I finish explaining everything, I will answer a couple of the like specific questions that people have asked me on Instagram. I'm going to keep it all anonymous. I should really get a drink of water, but I can't be bothered going back inside. Okay, so the topic is how to eat enough as an athlete, especially a female athlete, and most of the people who've been contacting me are runners. So yeah, it's kind of like just how do you eat enough as an athlete, and also some people have been talking about like how to make yourself eat more when you know that you really do actually need to eat more but you don't want to eat more. So how to kind of get over that mental barrier as well, because it can be a very mental thing. So yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Yay! So obviously this is a very serious topic, but I am quite like a not serious person, so I'm just gonna try and like talk about it in a get away, talk about it in like a not too deep and scary way, because I feel like that's the way that I like to approach most things, because that's just my personality. So yeah, if you haven't watched my video on the female athlete triad, I'd really recommend that you go and watch that video, because I go through my issues and experiences with the female athlete triad in a lot more detail in that video. But basically I did have a period in 2018 to 2019, like early 2019, where I was kind of under fueling my body and I just didn't have enough energy to do all the training and racing, and basically yeah, I just was not eating enough food during that time, and it had a lot of impacts both on my training and racing and running and everything, and also just in my general day-to-day like life. And around like April 2019 I just kind of thought like, enough's enough, this is obviously not working, so we need to like change something, and I just need to start like eating more food and fueling my body properly. And I'm quite a like mentally strong person in that way, and so once I made that actual full commitment and decision, I didn't find it very hard to eat more food. Like I just kind of ate more food, like it wasn't like a really hard mental thing for me to do. But I know that for some people it can be really hard, and like you know you need to eat more food, but you just like find it really hard mentally to like make yourself eat more food. So I will talk about what to do in that scenario, but personally for me, once I said like, okay, I need to start eating more food and fueling my body properly, I just kind of did it. I just ate more. And one thing that did help me was I went to a dietitian, and he gave me like, this actually wasn't completely to do with underfueling my body, it was to do with like a range of other things as well, but I went to a dietitian and he gave me like a basic kind of meal. It wasn't a meal plan, but it was like a meal outline of like what I should like be kind of trying to include in my diet each day, and kind of just meal ideas for like breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks. So at the end of this video I will also go through that meal plan with you and give you guys some ideas. If you want like an outline to follow, I'll give you all of that, and there's like different like meal ideas for each meals and snacks and everything to suit you and to suit like what you want to eat. Like if you don't want toast, then don't have toast, you can have porridge or like banana bread or like something else instead. He gave me some really good like recipes. He gave me this recipe for a healthy banana bread as well. So yeah, I'll go through that meal plan at the end of the video, but basically what I did was I got that meal plan and was like, okay, I'm just gonna like roughly follow it, and I used like some of his meal ideas, and I kind of just like ate more food. But it is something that you have to make a conscious decision to commit to. You can't be like half-hearted about it, like eat enough one day and then just like not eat enough the next day. You have to like, to get your body back to a healthy like weight for you have to actually like fully commit and fuel your body properly every single day. So you have to make that mental switch and actually properly commit. But I did that, and personally, like I said, it wasn't too hard for me. But if it is mentally hard for you, there's a couple of things I want you to think about. So this is kind of what happens to your body when you're not fueling it properly. So you're training, right? So I'm assuming like most of you guys who've messaged me are runners, and if you're like a teenage or like a young runner as well, it's like even more important to fuel your body properly, because not only is your body trying to train, but it's also trying to grow and like go through puberty and stuff. So it's really especially important, but it's just important for people of all ages. But basically, so yeah, if you're an athlete, then you're training, and what happens is when you train, after you train, you've like pushed your body hard and your body kind of breaks down, and then when you come home and you rest and recover, so that's eating properly is the most important thing. Sleeping is also really important for recovery, and any other things you do like stretching and massaging and having like an ice bath or something, all of those things. But the main two things are sleeping and eating. So all of those things are like rest and recovery. So when you come home and recover, then what happens is your body makes adaptations, and it then builds itself up to be stronger than it was before, and that's how you improve at training. So you train, body breaks down, then you rest and recover, and during that recovery time your body builds itself back up to better than it was before, and that keeps happening, and slowly you're going to improve. If you are not recovering properly, so if you're not fueling your body properly, what's going to happen is you're going to train, your body's going to break down, but it's not going to recover. And then next time you train, it's going to break down again. It's going to keep breaking down and down and down further. So you're going to be worse than you were before, because it's just like breaking down more and more and more. And it's not building itself back up because you haven't had the proper recovery. So, and then you end up in like a really bad place for your body, and it's just like and that's really bad, because number one, you're not going to be running as well or swimming as well or whatever your sport is. You're not going to be performing as well because your body is like broken down. It's not working properly. So you're not going to be able to race properly. You're not going to be able to train properly. You're going to get injured. You're going to have all sorts of bad things happen, and you're just not going to perform as well. And that's what happened to me. I just like, my performance went completely down the tubes. Like, it was not good. I was not running well at all. And you just, because yeah, not only is your body breaking itself down, but you also then don't have enough energy to do things properly, and it's just like, yeah, not good. But the second thing, and this is actually more important, is that it's really detrimental for your future. If you have an extended period of time when you're younger, so like when you're a teenager or whatever, where you're not fueling your body properly and you're still trying to train and your body's kind of breaking itself down, you're not going to be able to run when you're 40, maybe not even when you're 30, because your body, because when you're a teenager, your body is still growing and your bones are still like growing and like everything's growing, and so then if you are under fueling and breaking your body down during that period, then when you're older, when you're like 30 or 40, you're gonna, like, when you try to run and try to do sport, you're gonna get so many stress fractures and injuries, and you're gonna have like osteoporosis and like all of these things that are gonna mean that you're not gonna be able to like keep doing the sport that you love for the rest of your life. You're gonna, like, you're just not gonna be able to run because you're going to be constantly injured because you are not like fueling your body during that really important period when it was growing when you were younger. And not to mention, it has like a bunch of other impacts on you in the future. I'm not going to go into all of them because I don't want this video to be too like about the negative effects of it, but it's really important for your future and for your current self, but especially for your future self, that you fuel your body properly, because if you don't, like, it's just like so many not good things are going to happen in your future, and you're not going to be able to run well now. You're not going to reach your full potential, and you're not going to be able to enjoy your sport because the reason that I run, the main reason, is because I love running, and I don't want that to be taken away from me just because I'm like not fueling my body properly. So by fueling my body properly, I give it enough energy that it's able to make those adaptations and get me stronger and stronger, and so that I can keep running into my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and my 50s and my 60s and my 70s and my 80s and my 90s and my 100s, hopefully. So if right now you're having a hard trouble getting yourself to fuel your body properly and eat enough food, think about that. Think about yourself in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years time. One of the biggest things that I'm always scared about is I'm scared about having regrets. I'm scared about not pushing myself hard enough in training now and never reaching my full potential, and looking back on it in like 20 years and wishing that I pushed myself harder and regretting that I didn't. And in the same light, in 20, 30, 40 years time, I don't want to look back on right now and regret not fueling myself properly, because by not fueling yourself properly, you're not going to perform well or train well, and I won't be able to run well in the future, and I know that would be a really big regret if I do that, and so I don't want to regret that in the future. And so that helps me know that I need to do the right thing now, and that helps me like fuel my body properly now. So yeah, the two big things are, you're not going to run well now if you're not fueling, you're not going to train, race well, and you're also not going to be good in the future in like a range of like, the range of things will happen to your body in the future that are not good. So those are the two things you really need to focus on, and you need to just be strong, and you need to like properly fuel your body, because those like things are so important, and you don't want to look back on this time in 20 years and have any regrets. Is this lighting kind of bad? I feel like I need to move this camera forward a little bit because the sun's kind of on it a bit. Let's just oh dear, can you hear like like it's really bad. Okay, so those are kind of the main things that jump to my mind when like people have been asking me what they can do to try and like eat more. So those are a couple of things you should probably try and think about, but also now I'm going to go through the meal plan. So if you want something to kind of follow, just a basic kind of outline that you can follow, then hopefully this meal plan can help you. And I think the main thing, if you just want like a really basic thing, is each day try and have 3 meals and 3 snacks, and each of those meals and snacks need to have carbohydrates and protein. Yeah, and also vegetables, but like vegetables are not like gonna give you energy. They're just like a good nutrient, but they're not gonna give you energy. So you want to include them, but like carbs and protein are more important for athletes because like we need them to help with our recovery. Okay, I'm just gonna get a meal plan up. Hopefully I can find it. Don't know if I still have it because like I don't follow it anymore. Because I like don't need to follow it anymore. And also if you are currently like under fueling your body and you want to start like, well, you need to start eating more, like start eating more, and you're gonna start eating more, you're gonna have to eat like even more. You're gonna have to eat like extra, because you need to get back to like a healthy weight that you were before, and then keep eating a good amount to maintain that. But like to get there, you're gonna have to eat like extra to get there, you know? So you're gonna have to eat like a lot. 3 meals and 3 snacks is like the very least. I have like 3 meals and probably 7 snacks, and my snacks are quite like large. So yeah, don't like 3 meals and 3 snacks is like the very lowest baseline that you need. Obviously it depends like how much food is in your meals and snacks, because they could be really small, they could be really big, and it is kind of like, it depends on you, it depends on like, oh, the lighting is like kind of keeps moving. Okay, yeah, so like obviously everyone's different, but yeah, this is just like kind of what I got given, and I think it's pretty good for most teenage runners, and you can kind of like tweak it a little bit if you want. Okay, I'm gonna try and find it, but yeah, it's kind of a good baseline. Okay, so he said if you have training in the morning, have a banana before training. A banana is really good. Personally, I would add like a little bit of peanut butter to the banana as well, just to get a bit of protein. Before training in the morning, I personally like to have my slice. So go check out some of my other videos. Actually, I'll put the recipe for my slice in the description box below. It's super easy to make, and it's really healthy, and it gives you like plenty of energy and protein and carbs before a run. So I like to have that, and I also like to have medjool dates with peanut butter. But yeah, he says a banana, so any of those things are good, or like a protein bar that you can get from the shops, or like, yeah, an egg. I don't know. Maybe not an egg, maybe that's too much protein, I don't know. Okay, so then for breakfast there are a couple of options that you can have, and obviously if you don't like any of these, then like have something that you do like, but these are just like some options. So one thing is 2 slices of grainy sourdough or homemade bread, or any just kind of like healthy, just basically not white bread, because white bread is not going to keep you full. Yeah, so like grainy, wholemeal, rye, any like bread like that, and sourdough. Sourdough is the best because it like, well for me, sourdough is the best because I have a really sensitive stomach, and if I literally can't eat any breads other than sourdough, because my stomach just really does not agree with them, so I have to have sourdough. And I think it's better for like, I think it's easier to digest. So yeah, 2 slices of like wholemeal, healthy. And the reason I'm not saying like healthy, but I'm saying like wholemeal healthy bread, because white bread is not like as filling as wholemeal bread, so you want to have like wholemeal bread. Okay, so 2 slices of that, and you could have it with 2 eggs and avocado, or you could have it with some salmon and avocado, or you could have it with peanut butter and sliced banana, and he says to add some cottage cheese onto that as well. So those are 3 different toast combinations you could have. Vegemite toast is not going to cut it because that's not giving you enough protein, and you want some healthy fats in there as well, which is why you've got the avocado or the peanut butter, and the cottage cheese will also give you healthy fats. And then you also want protein, so that's eggs or salmon. You can have smoked salmon. Yeah. Another breakfast idea is oats, so that is what I'm currently having for breakfast. I actually recently posted my oatmeal recipe, so you can go check it out. That will be a couple of videos ago. I posted my oatmeal recipe, so that's a really good one because I've got some healthy fats and protein in there with the peanut butter, and there's carbs and everything that you need, and I put some fruit in there and lots of nice seeds, and they give you some protein as well. So that's a really good recipe. Go check that one out. He has given me, yeah, okay, so he has said, yeah, half a cup to a cup of oats, heat on the stove with milk, add a tablespoon of peanut butter and banana. So yeah, peanut butter and banana are also really good things to add to your oats. Yeah, I'm not gonna like read out his recipes because I feel like that's like, he probably wouldn't want me to do that because they're kind of his, but I'm just going to give you like his ideas. So another breakfast idea was a birch and muesli, so he gave me a recipe for this, but maybe just search up some like healthy birch and muesli recipes online. And then the last breakfast idea was 2 slices of his healthy banana bread recipe. So again, you could search up like a healthy banana bread recipe online, and he said have it with 1 to 2 teaspoons of ricotta cheese and 1 to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So yeah, ricotta cheese and peanut butter, that's just adding like a bit of protein and healthy fats to your meal. So yeah, those are good things to add. So those are some breakfast ideas. Obviously if you don't like any of them, like don't have them, but that's just some ideas. Then he said, and this was kind of like based around, he did make this personally for me, based on the foods that I kind of like. So I like all of those foods apart from muesli. I don't like muesli, but yeah. The sun keeps coming. I don't know if it's bad lighting or not. You can't really tell on the camera screen, but I'm going to move it in case it is. Okay, so for morning tea, so this is your first snack of the day, he said to have natural yogurt with some peanut butter and berries and extra chopped veg as desired. So yeah, basically for my morning snack, I'll normally have Greek yogurt with honey, and he said to add some peanut butter and berries to it as well. So basically just like have some yogurt if you like yogurt, with peanut butter if you want, berries, banana, honey, whatever you want. And then also you can just have like some chopped vegetables if you want, like chopped up carrots or something, just to get some vegetables in. But do not just have chopped vegetables, because that is not enough energy you need. Like, that's not a snack, that's just like nothing. It's literally like, doesn't give you any energy. So you can have that on the side, but your main snack needs to be more filling. So yogurt is a really good one. You can also have the slice for a morning snack. The slice is a good morning snack. Or you could have like peanut butter and banana and yogurt, or you could have like medjool dates and peanut butter. No, that's probably not enough. Medjool dates and peanut butter and yogurt. I don't know, yogurt's like really good. If you don't like yogurt, that's a real shame. I'm not really sure how you live your life. Or you could have nuts, like like almonds and peanuts and cashews and things like that. That's probably good as well, because that's really good protein. So yeah, this is some snack. Oh, actually, I filmed a video last weekend on my 8 favorite snack ideas, so go check out that video, because I gave you 8 snack ideas and recipes in that video, and in that video was the recipe for my slice. So yeah, go check out that video. I'll try and link it up here. Okay, so yeah, there's some really good snack ideas in that video. Go check that out. Okay, so then for lunch, you're going to want to make sure you're getting vegetables, carbohydrates, and protein. So basically any like vegetables of your choice. It can be like salads or cooked vegetables. He said to have it with extra virgin olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, cheese, etc. Like, you don't have to have all of them, but have some of them, because that is going to give you your healthy fats. And then for carbohydrates, he said like you could have pasta or noodles or rice, or 2 slices of like grainy sourdough, or you could have like baked or steamed potatoes, or you could have like starchy vegetable mash. So yeah, basically get some carbs in you, and you need like quite a high proportion of carbs, because I read somewhere, I think it's like 40 to 60% of your energy comes from carbohydrates, and if you're an athlete, it's a little bit more than that, so it's like more towards the 60% of your energy. So you need a lot of carbs, and you also need protein. Protein is also very important. So you could have like a piece of fish, or you could have a tin of salmon, or a tin of tuna, or you could have 2 eggs, or you could have tofu, or like that tempeh stuff, or whatever that is. You could have like legumes or lentils, or just like any meat. And he also put in ricotta there, so ricotta must be protein as well. So if you just add some of that onto your meal. So yeah, I know that was like a very big list of different things that you can have for lunch, but basically you just want to have 1 to 2 cups of veg, 1 to 2 cups of like pasta, rice, noodles, potatoes, whatever, etc. For carbohydrates. And then you want to have lots of protein, so chicken, fish, eggs, tofu, lentils, any lean meat. Yeah, so protein, carbs, and veg. Okay, so for afternoon tea, he gave me a couple of different options based on like the run that I had in the afternoon. So if I had like a really hard run in the afternoon, he said to have some slices of white sourdough with a small amount of avocado or Vegemite or honey or butter, etc. And the reason why he said white sourdough is because white bread, it doesn't keep you full for as long, but that's because it's easier to digest. So before a run, it's good because it's easy to digest, so you're not gonna like still be digesting it while you're running, which is when you have like, that will give me, and it will probably give you as well, like stomach issues when you're running. So that's what he said if I have a hard run. Personally, before runs, I like to have the same thing that I would have in the morning. So a banana with peanut butter is good, or medjool dates with peanut butter, or my slice. I like to have them before runs, but sometimes I do have like slices of white sourdough, because that is also good before a run. Then he said if you're having an easier run in the afternoon, you could have like sushi rolls. So have like a couple of sushi rolls. They're really good. Sushi is good. Sushi is good as long as you have like some protein in the sushi, it's good. Or he said have a couple of slices of banana bread, again with ricotta or peanut butter, to get that protein in. And if you have an easier arvo, so maybe if you don't have a run at all, he said to have like, you could have some yogurt with fruit, or you could have some vegetable soup with cheese, or have some like fruit nut kind of trail mix, or have like a little bit of bircher muesli, or have whatever, I don't know, any of those snack ideas in my previous like video that I posted on my snack ideas and recipes would probably work well. If you don't have anything on in the afternoon, then you could have like any of them. The sun is like slowly creeping towards me and it's like harder and harder to get away. I really need a drink of water. I'm actually dying. Okay, we're almost at the end of the meal plan. This is taking a while. Okay, so at dinner, basically dinner is similar to lunch. So you're gonna have the same amount of vegetables, you're gonna have the same amount of carbs, and then your protein, you want, he said, oily fish 2 to 3 times a week, lean red meat minimum 2 times a week, or if you're not having them, you can have poultry, so like chicken or turkey, I guess. Is that poultry? I think so. Or you could have like legumes, lentils, quinoa, tofu, tempeh, etc, etc. Any of those protein sources, but you want to just kind of vary it up throughout the week. So don't have fish every single night, don't have red meat every single night, but have them on a couple of nights throughout the week, and then also have like chicken and tofu and like plant-based forms of protein as well as animal-based forms of protein. Obviously if you're like vegetarian or vegan, this is probably not going to work all that well for you, but you can kind of take these same ideas and just apply them to your specific dietary needs. And then for dessert, he said have more yogurt with berries. He is a really big fan of Greek yogurt. He says like have minimum 2 cups a day of Greek yogurt. Like he says it's really, really good, which was good for me to hear because I love Greek yogurt. If you've watched any of my videos, you will know I have Greek yogurt all the time. And then just any more snacks that you want. He said dark chocolate is also good. I do like a bit of dark chocolate. I'm not a big fan of chocolate, but dark chocolate is quite nice. And again, after dinner, any of those snacks in my snacks, ideas and recipes video would work really well for your after dinner snacks. And I normally have like 3 snacks after dinner, so I eat a lot of snacks after dinner because I like eating snacks after dinner. Okay, so we moved to the other side of the table because the sunlight just completely consumed me. Okay, so that's basically the end of the meal plan. So sorry that kind of took a long time to go through that, but I hope you guys have got some ideas from that, and I would aim for, like I said, at least 3 quite big filling meals a day, and at least 3, probably like at least 4 snacks a day, just as your minimum, but obviously like tailor things to your needs. But sometimes I know like if you have been like under fueling your body, then you're not really quite sure how much you need, so that's a guideline of how much you should be eating. But yeah, tailor things to what you want and what you like to eat, but make sure you're eating enough food. That is very important. If you haven't got that already throughout this video, make sure you're eating enough food. Okay, so I'm just going to answer a couple of the questions that I've been getting on Instagram and YouTube. Like I said, I'm going to keep it anonymous because I feel like I should keep it anonymous. One person said, "Hi Tia, I'm name, also an Aussie, and I love to run so much, except I have trouble fueling properly. Have you ever had to stop running to help you gain weight? How do you mentally tell yourself that you need more food? Do you have any tips that could help me out so I don't have to stop running?" Okay, so I will answer your questions in order. Firstly, you asked, have you ever had to stop running to help you gain weight? No, I've never had to stop running to help me gain weight. Basically, the whole female athlete triad experience I kind of went through by myself. Like, no one else really knew what was going on, and I didn't really tell anyone at the time. Actually, I still haven't really told anyone in real life. I don't really talk about it that much. Like, I'm happy to talk about it, but it's not really something I need to bring up now, and it's not something I wanted to talk about when I was going through it. I probably should have talked about it, but I didn't. So yeah. But no, I didn't have to stop running. If people knew like what I was going through, then they probably would have kind of made me stop running, or at least reduced my running load. And I probably, like, looking back, I should have, possibly, but like, again, I don't know. Like, personally, when I made the decision to like start eating more food and fueling my body properly, like keeping running and keeping up my normal training load was fine for me, because I was eating plenty and plenty of food, and it wasn't holding me back. Like, for some people, basically what happens with some people is like they've lost a lot of weight and they need to stop exercising completely, because when you exercise, that is using up the energy that you're giving yourself, and when you're trying to gain weight to get to a healthy weight, that is not good, because like that's kind of counterintuitive. And because lots of people mentally struggle with getting themselves to eat more, when they do like eat more, they need to conserve all of that energy, because it's hard for them to eat more, and so then when they do eat more, they need to like keep it and not use it up exercising. But like I mentioned, for me, that wasn't like a super big issue. I'm not saying it was like completely easy, but it wasn't that mentally hard for me. So I was pretty okay to like eat a lot of food and eat like a lot of food. So then I ate like more than I needed to increase my weight, and I used up the extra amount that I needed on training. So like I don't know if that makes sense, but personally I didn't have to stop running just because it wasn't like a super hard mental thing for me. But if it is for you, then you probably, like, I'm not sure I agree with that you need to give up running completely, but maybe just reduce your load a little bit. And also because if you are training when you're underweight, even if you're currently gaining weight, if you're still underweight, like that's still not going to be good for your body. It will still, yeah. So I probably shouldn't give advice on this because I'm not an expert and I don't have enough knowledge to even try to be an expert. But no, personally I've never had to stop running to try and gain weight, but it's like personal for each different person. Okay, what is the next question? How do you mentally tell yourself that you need more food? Like, I think I've probably pretty much gone through that question in the video, but yeah, those two things that I told you to remember. You need more fuel to run well at the moment and perform well at the moment, and you also need more fuel to make sure your body is healthy and happy in the future years for so many years to come. So those are the two biggest things. And if you're finding it really hard mentally, then I would recommend trying to follow like a meal outline or a meal plan. And if you're really struggling mentally, like go and see a psychologist or a dietitian and someone who's like kind of has a specialty in these areas. So yeah, go and see a specialist. I would recommend, if you're really struggling mentally, go and see a specialist, because it's really important that like you get this right. Okay, do you have any tips that could help me out so I don't have to stop running? Yeah, eat a lot of food, like a lot. That is the biggest thing. If you want to keep running, you have to rest and recover. So okay, make sure you're not overtraining, number one, because that was, like I mentioned in my female athlete triad, that was never an issue for me. I never overtrained. So if you're overtraining, you need to stop overtraining. You need to have at least one complete rest day a week. That's really important. But if you want to not stop running, then you need to eat enough food. You need to eat lots of food. You need like lots, okay? Eat lots. That's like that's the thing you have to do. Sleep well as well, because that helps with recovery. But I think your issue is you're not fueling your body with enough food, and the only way to get back and to get better and to not have to stop running is to eat enough food. Like, that's the only way. So hopefully the tips in this video have helped you out. And the other question I'm going to answer is, I was wondering if you could talk about how you increased your energy intake. Like, are there particular foods that you have found that you've added to your diet and found to be good for you? I got asked this question quite a few times, basically like what foods you can do to help you increase your weight to get back to a healthy weight. And basically I didn't really add any different foods to my diet. I just kind of like ate a lot of food. I didn't focus on, like, it wasn't like a really big mental thing for me. I didn't have to focus on eating heaps of like certain amounts of food. I just kind of ate more food and I got back to the weight that I was at before, and it was kind of fine. Like, so no, there's not any specific foods that I added to my diet, but the biggest thing is just to make sure you're getting enough carbohydrates and enough protein and enough healthy fats. So you want to really focus on those food groups, and get your veggies in as well. But like I said, they don't give you any energy, so you want to focus on the food groups that are going to give you energy. So those ones are the really big ones, so make sure you're getting lots of them in at every meal and lots of them in at every snack. But yeah, there were no specific foods that I added. I just kind of ate more food. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna I think most of the questions that you guys asked me are I think I've covered already in this video. But if you do have any questions, make sure to comment down below or message me on Instagram. It's at tia.chitty. Also, I'm sorry if you have messaged me on Instagram. I have received so many DMs, and it's really hard to like keep on top of and reply to all of them. So I'm gonna try. I am like replying to some each day, or most days, but it is very time consuming because you guys it's really nice, but you write like quite long messages sometimes, which is lovely for me to read. But then I write quite long replies, and then you guys will and then you you guys will reply to me, and then we're like in a kind of conversation, and I can only have so many conversations going on at once. So yeah, I'm sorry if you have DM'd me. I will try and get back to you, but there's just like a lot of DMs that I have to get through. So yeah, but if you do have any questions, feel free to DM me on there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm literally dead. Oh yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting and useful. I hope you guys I hope that if you're struggling with something similar, you can kind of apply some of these tips and hopefully get back to a place where you're really, really good mentally and physically. So yeah, I'm thinking of all of you and sending you lots of love. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below. Yeah, we're gonna try and get I was thinking the other day, I was lying in bed and I was like, we should try and get to 10k subscribers by the end of this year. And then I was like, that is literally never gonna happen. But then I was like, no, you need to aim high. Okay, so we're gonna try and get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Oh my god, I just realized I need to do my 2k subscriber giveaway. But yeah, anyway, I'd love to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So can you please share my videos with your friends, let them know about my channel, tell them to subscribe, create lots of Gmail accounts and subscribe to my channel multiple times. No, I'm joking, don't do that, that's bad, do not do that. But yeah, please tell your friends about my channel, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbours, tell your pets, get them all to subscribe to my channel, because that would mean a lot to me, because it would, just 10,000 would be a really cool number of subscribers to get to. So yeah, let's try and get there. But yeah, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and yeah, comment down below if you have any questions, if you'd like to share your experiences. There is a helicopter going by. Or just comment down below letting me know how your day is going, or letting me know any video suggestions that you guys have. I have a very, very long list of videos that I want to film. Yeah, so yeah. That is the end of the video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you. Oh, and also follow me on Instagram at tia.chitty. Go follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting semi-regularly, and I post in my story quite a bit, so you can kind of see how my days are going on my story. So yeah, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I don't know why my bye is always really high pitched, but I don't know how to say bye. Like, I think I was saying this in a video the other day, but like, how do you say, I can't be like goodbye, but like if I'm just like bye, it just sounds weird. So I'm like bye, but that sounds weird. So I don't know. Adios.